Hello, I'm Steve Shaw, National Coordinator of Football Officials and Secretary Rules Editor for the NCAA. And today we're continuing our series of training videos for 2025, and we're going to be focused on game action from Week 1. Now, I'm proud of our work in Week 1. Our off-season study and work, it really paid dividends. Let's not let up. And it was one of the most eventful and exciting Week 1s I can ever remember in college football. A lot of great game action to pull video from. Now, let's stay focused on our player safety rules. We did a good job with targeting, but no let up there, and continue to work hard to prepare. Be ready when you walk through that tunnel. One point of note, we received questions, is scoring down this season? It is very early, too early to tell, but we had some marquee games where it appeared scoring was down. But overall, our scoring is up 2.5 points versus last year. But again, early in the season, very few data points. We'll continue to monitor it as we go forward. So with that, let's get on into our video.
Our first play this week is a try down, and we're going to look from the end zone view, and this clearly is not a scrimmage kick formation, but the offense has 5 players numbered 50 to 79, so we're good there. But we see the snapper. He's going to fire the ball out to the back behind the swinging gate. The defense reacts, and the try is going to be no good. But as we go back and take a look at the snap, we see that the snapper, he lifts the ball straight up, and then he sidearms it out to his teammate. And we know by rule that legally snapping the ball is handing or passing it backward from its position on the ground with a quick and continuous motion. We know that unless it's moved in a backward direction, the movement of the ball does not start a legal snap. It's not a legal snap if the ball is first moved forward or is lifted, which it was lifted here. And then finally, the snap need not be between the snapper's legs, but to be legal, it must be a quick and continuous backward motion. And clearly here, this was not quick, continuous, and backward. So it is an illegal snap. It's a dead ball foul, and we should work to shut this play down immediately. Play 2 is a 2-play vignette on kicks near the boundary. Now, in the first play, we see that the kick is angled to the pylon. It bounces at the 10. The receiver gets to the boundary, gets a foot out of bounds in the white, and touches the ball. And we see the official in coverage. He throws the flag. Now, we know that by rule, if the player's out of bounds and touches the kick, then the kick is considered out of bounds, and the receiving team can put the ball in play at the 35-yard line, one of their choices. Now, it's important that the player is out of bounds when he first touches the ball, and we get a couple of replays here, but both are blocked out at the moment of truth. But finally, we do get to a replay where we can clearly see the action, and it's very tight. It almost looks as if the foot goes down simultaneously with the receiver touching the ball. So this call would be upheld by replay if stopped. It's not clear and obvious to make a change, so it's a kick out of bounds. Now, the second play we see, again, we have a kick toward the pylon. The receiver jumps from inbounds, catches the kick, and then lands out of bounds. Now, even though we initially throw the flag and place the ball at the 35-yard line, replay is going to come in on this, and we can see that the ball is touched by the receiver before the player is out of bounds. So it's not a kick out of bounds. So replay is going to overturn this call, but it's important to evaluate all components of the play. And we're going to see from another view, this player did give a fair catch signal. So he completed the catch, and so now the ball will be put in play at the 25-yard line following the fair catch. And if there would have been no fair catch signal here, then the result of this play would be the receiving team would put the ball in play at the inbound spot from where the ball was caught, which would be the 2-yard line. Play 3, we're going to talk about one of our rule changes, the T signal on kicks. Now we see this is the opening kickoff, and the blocking back, he's going to turn and face the deep return man, and he's going to give the T signal. Now, we get a return out to near the 30-yard line, but the crew's going to talk it through, and because the receiving team gave an invalid signal, the T signal, the ball is dead where caught. There's no advance. And on this play, because the receiver, more importantly, the ball is in the end zone when caught, it's a touchback, and the receivers will put the ball in play at the 25-yard line, and the ball is relocated from the original spot back to the 25. Now, just for our thought process, if the deep return man here would have been in the field of play when the ball was caught, let's say the 1 yard line, the ball would still be dead when possessed, and the receivers now would put the ball in play at the spot of the catch. It'd be 1st and 10 at the 1 yard line. So let's be ready to go on the opening kickoff. Play 4, we have a punt, and the ball lands, and it's going to bounce near players. And the question is, did it hit a receiving team player here? Now, the ruling on the field is that it did not hit the returner, and replay is going to stop the game, come in to look at the play. Now, we get some great replays, and although everything looks very close, it's not clear and obvious that the ball hit the receiver. It's close to the right calf. It spins by the other leg. There's no contact that's clear and obvious. And finally, the question is, did it hit the player's towel? And we know from our recent interpretation, if the ball were to touch the towel or any other object the player has on their body, their mouthpiece, a glove strap, it would be considered a touch. And so from the rules committee, remember, if you wear it, you own it in regard to touching the ball. But again, it's not clear and obvious that the ball did touch the towel. So replay is going to uphold the call on the field of no touch. Play 5, we see the defense makes a tackle for a big loss. And as we see the score in time, the offense is just going to let the clock run out, and we have a 47-0 score heading into the locker room for halftime. Now, during the halftime intermission, we have a 90-minute lightning delay. And as the weather clears, the teams and the referee, both head coaches and the referee, get together to discuss options. And it's decided to resume the contest. Now, we know that any time during the game, the playing time of any remaining period or periods may be shortened by mutual consent of the opposing head coaches and the referee. And that's what happened here. We shortened both the third and fourth quarter to 8 minutes. And as we see here, as they're lining up for the second half kickoff, there's 8 minutes on the clock. This is proper, but we also know that if the coaches ask for a running clock, that is not allowed, as normal timing rules must apply for the entire game. But good job by the crew here. Play 6, and we got a lot of talk about this play this week. We see that the quarterback, he's going to throw downfield. The receiver is right at the pylon, and the ruling on the field is catch and out of bounds inside the 1 yard line. Now, with the first replay, it is fairly obvious that the receiver had the ball inside the pylon and broke the plane of the goal line, so replay is going to stop the game for review. Now, as replay evaluates the catch, it is clear if the player maintains control of the ball, it would be a touchdown. By rule, if a player goes to the ground in the act of catching a pass, the player must maintain complete and continuous control of the ball throughout the process of contacting the ground, whether in the field of play or in the end zone. And this also is required for a player attempting to make a catch at the sideline and going to the ground out of bounds. If the player loses control of the ball, which then touches the ground before they regain control, it is not a catch. And as we see here, as the player is going to the ground, the nose of the ball hits the ground, it comes loose, and the player loses firm control. The ball hits the ground, so this is not a catch, and replay overturns the ruling on the field to an incomplete pass. This is correctly resolved by replay. Play 7, we see the quarterback, he's going to fake, keep the ball, takes off on a nice run, and begins to slide and is hit hard by defender number 43. Now, we get 2 flags on the play, and we get an excellent announcement by our referee.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit with targeting. Number 43, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. The play is under further review.
Now, with the personal foul with targeting, we know we're going to have a 15-yard penalty here, and the replay review is only for the targeting foul and ultimately the status of number 43. And as we look at the replays, it is a late slide, but we would consider the quarterback a defenseless player as soon as that backside lowers. Number 43, he attacks, he lowers his head, leads with the head, and there's forcible contact to the head or neck area of the defenseless player. And really, it could be targeting with the crown of the helmet as well, with the lowering of the head and leading with the crown. So the ruling of targeting is upheld by replay, and number 43 is disqualified. Good job getting the flags on the field, and good job in replay. Our last play this week, we're late in the game, we're after the 2-minute timeout, and this is the time we must be at our absolute best. We see the quarterback, he drops back, he's under heavy duress, and he's just going to flip the ball forward as he's going down. Now, as we look at the replays, it is clearly a forward pass. The quarterback was not down, but it's from inside the tackle box, and there's no receiver in the area. We see the line judge come hustling in with information, and then we're going to get an announcement from our referee.
The flag on the field is that the quarterback was knocked down and threw a forward pass, intentional grounding, offense to the 13, ball placed in the spot of the foul, loss of down, it's second down. This penalty includes a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock to 26 seconds, and the clock will start on my signal.
This is a complete announcement. It covers the play, the foul, the penalty, the game clock with the 10-second runoff, and the play clock, all in one continuous announcement. This is good crew work in a critical time of the game, and this is what excellence looks like in officiating. Well, that's it for our plays this week, and let's use these plays to spark discussions for learning in our pregame meetings. And thank you for your overall very good work in week 1. Let's keep the momentum going, and let's show great improvement from week 1 to week 2. And remember, quality fouls, make it be there, be good dead ball officials. We want excellent communications all day. Use your winning words, concentration for 60 minutes, and display your integrity, courage, and poise. So be mentally and physically ready to work the game and keep hustling. Best of luck to all.